You see, when we were young, we understood that failure was part of the process for success. But somewhere along the line, we got sophisticated. We got to the point where, oh, no, 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 no. Whatever you do, don't fail, because other people might be watching. Well, first of all, they may be watching, but they're not noticing too much because they're too worried, wondering if people are watching them, to be worried about watching you. If you're going to be successful at anything, you're going to have to get on the bike and start scraping some knees. Because without failure, there's no feedback. And without feedback, you cannot make adjustments, course corrections, and get better. So if you're going to be a performer on this team, go out and start failing. And man, I was good at it. I was extremely good at failure. And you know what? If you're going to be successful, you will too. Here's my recommendation about failures. My goal for this whole team, this whole community, is to go out and fail every day. I want you to fail every day. If you don't have a failure that day, stay awake until you do. But here's my point. Because there's so many failures to choose from, don't be a hog and hog one of them. Make that failure change and then go pick another one. Just imagine this whole ground area. If we just folded up failures and we put them in here and you put, oh no, I'm going to spend too much money and I'm going to get myself in financial duress. All right, I'll try that one. Done, I'm not going to do it again. Oh, here's this one. I'm going to be too scared to make phone calls. I'll try that one. Okay, tried that one. That's the next one. I'm going to do all the talking when I sit down with my mentor. Okay, I tried that one. Let me try a new one. I'm going to go with the blue tie club, and I'm going to try that one for a while. Hey, try them all. I'm all for it. Try them all. But don't be a hog. Try it, throw it back, and do another one. You'll never run out. I'm making mistakes every day. Every day. So make mistakes, just don't make the same one. It's kind of like, first grade, second grade, third grade. Keep moving up classes and keep making new mistakes, but you're going to make them. You have to do before you can know. You've got to do before you can know. You can say, oh, I know all about bike riding. I've watched videos, I've watched DVDs, I've watched CDs. No, you got to do it before you can say you know it. You can talk, well, I know all about, no, you got to do it. I can say, I've been there and I've watched doctors have surgery, but that's a lot different than me doing surgery. You follow me? See, until you become a performer, you're not competent. And until you get competent, you're never going to have the trust. How many people in this room trust me? They think that I'm attempting to tell the truth. Okay? All right, good. It's a good thing. Now, if you needed open heart surgery tomorrow, you trust me, why don't you let me do it? Come on, you trust me? Hey, I'm going to do my best for you. I'm sure, I'll read a little bit. I'll get the dictionary out, make sure I cut in the right spot. We'll get in there, poke around. If I see anything messed up, I'll just connect it back together, no problem. You trust me. Now, what's going on? See, right now you're thinking, all right, no, wait, I do trust him, but I'm going to tell him, get lost. Why am I going to do that? Because there's a different part to trust, isn't there? You trust that I'm telling you the truth, but there's a different aspect to trust, and it's called competence. In order to truly trust someone, they must have competence in their chosen field. When it comes to building this business or community, you say, I trust you. Yeah, we can sit down and talk, and I'll go do that. But if you're talking open heart surgery, I'm going to go find a doctor that's done many open heart surgeries and had success, competence in that field. He's got to be a performer in that given field before I'm going to risk my life. No matter how much I like him or trust him as a human being, there's got to be a competence factor. So as you're building a community, you may have people, they love you, but do they trust your competence? Competence cannot be given, it's got to be earned. You got to earn competence in this thing. How do you earn competence? By failing over and over and over and over and over again. Until you've learned all the failures so that now when you start seeing, oh, that would be a mistake if I did that, let me do a course correction so I can get it right. And then all of a sudden people start to see that you are a performer. People can start to listen to you as you play your instrument and saying, that's beautiful music that that individual is playing. I trust them. They're good people, and they have competence. They've moved up to the next level. They went from the foundations of character to learning to performing. Now they're ready. For the first time, they are ready to get into leadership, because until you've done that, you can't lead. You have no confidence. You've got to learn to play this musical instrument so good, and if you're the best violin player in the world, that doesn't mean that you get to immediately be the conductor to orchestrate everything. Oh, but he's the best. Listen to that. Woo! I don't care how good at the violin you are. Don't you agree that there's probably some different skill sets to be the conductor? You see, the conductor all of a sudden has to start to understand each of the different instruments and how they all play together to make beautiful music. Leadership is a team sport. You've got to not only be able to play your instrument, but you've got to learn enough about every instrument. To me, the leader has to at least have a working knowledge about every single instrument on his team. Doesn't have to know it as well as the top violin player, doesn't have to know it as well as the top drummer and all the other instruments, but he has to know it, or she has to know it well enough that when the right moment, when that instrument has to come in, the timing is right. If you are going to be a leader, you need to know all the different areas, and you need to start understanding a concept called orchestration. That's the beginning of leadership. So many people think, I'm a leader because I can perform. No, 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 no. That's level 2, the performer stage. We are now talking level 3, the leadership stage. Without learning and without performing, you can't go from foundation right up to leadership. You have to move through learning, through performing, to even get the opportunity to be a leader. Leadership takes time. Never do for anyone what they're capable of doing for themselves.